Hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
How are we all doing?
Very, very well.
I just want to say you all are magnificent and you all are amazing. Clap for yourselves. Can we also give and pour so much love to the two lovely hosts? So, for those of you that don't know, my name's Karim. I write on a lot of topics, but yeah, love is one of my favorite topics. And I'm going to be sharing some poems with you tonight. So the first poem, it kind of was born through, you know, like when you go on holiday with your friends and then one of them just walks into the Airbnb or the hotel. And yeah, it was kind of born like that, basically. So, okay. I am listening to Kendrick Lamar's new album, absorbing the wordplay and flow. In the cool. Okay. I'm listening to Kendrick Lamar's new album, absorbing the wordplay and flow. In the corner of my vivid embrace, my boy walks in. I calmly ask him, "What is your love life saying, bro?" He tells me, "It's saying in fear of what love may look like." I came into this wild vision, dumbfound. Two parents who didn't have time for love. Time for hugs and affection. It was always, "Are you doing well in school? Here's some money." Their way of showing love, their way of translating affection. I began chasing money, working 9 to 5s. The only time I would witness a rare kind of love would be through R&B music videos. Of Jug Bedge, Usher, Randy. My boy takes off his shoes and says, "I'm well nourished, now I need to hibernate." In the morning, if my phone rings, tell love I'm a good kid with no morale and big steppers. So that's the warm-up poem.
Wow, okay, that's just the warm-up. We ain't ready.
So yeah, sometimes I'm just like, what is self-love? And I'm just like writing out all these ideas, and sometimes I just draw pictures of what I think self-love is, and then it's only when like it was 2020 I started to practice more self-love by going for walks, being kind to myself more in the mornings, focusing on things that I actually enjoy, like watching films or listening to podcasts. So this next piece is about self-love. Trauma is a souvenir inherited. Healing is a vessel. I am healing myself. I don't want my future kids to walk into a vacuum of trauma, a warfare of trauma, a scorching sewage of trauma, a labyrinth of pain. Nothing booms more than working on yourself. The world is a gathered place of trauma. Each of us know this. How easy is it to love yourself? When the doors close in your face, when the smoothing words of equal opportunities don't apply to you, when your name does not make it on the other side of an application, when your skin is seen as a parasite in a foreign shop, when your English is too good it blinds them, when your blackness is a light bulb in a room full of ignorance. What is self-love if it's not finding joy in a room alone, smashing small milestones, reading James Baldwin, playing Oh Cinnamon, where you gone wrong to? Nina Simone vinyl, diving into a salmon fillet with sun blushed tomatoes. I've been single for a while, learning to love me, embracing all that I am. Self-love isn't comparing yourself to others. Self-love is not being around those who tear down your spirit. Self-love isn't running to people who make you question your own worth.
Talk up, Jim.
You are worthy. You are worthy. You will always be worthy.
Yes.
Allow yourself to exist fully. Be who you are and let the world adapt.
Come on.
The best thing I realized was I became the best thing that could happen to me. For this next piece, you know, sometimes when you break up with someone, but then you know that, okay, sometimes you're in a relationship with someone and the relationship is going like, it's leading to that pivotal moment, it's leading to that inevitable outcome. And then you break up with them and then it's like, I knew this was gonna happen. but in the back of your mind, you know that 99% of the time, the relationship is done. But in that 1% is like pulling you. It's like whispering. It's like saying, maybe what if we could go again? What if we could try this again? Maybe we could do something a little bit different. So this is that poem. This is the poem. If I could turn back time, yeah, I meant what I said when I said this isn't going to work. There's too many cracks in the ceiling. We are only building taller walls and not enough bridges. You are not sharing your entire wardrobe with me. My skeletons scare you. My demons trigger you. My kindness is one of those possessions you don't appreciate. If we grow old together, this relationship will only expose the huge, huge cage we have built. You and me in chains filled with conflicts and confusion. We are not changing or considering a new way of going about this. I feel like you're only in my life to teach me what love is not. Love is not.
No, you have to put it up. You have to put it up.
Couple lines, isn't it?
Okay. We are not changing or considering a new way of going about this. I feel like you are only in my life to teach me what love is not. Love is not me having to pay for every entire thing just because I am a man.
Yes. Yes.
There are days I wake up and I'm stressed, the world in my ear so loud, the cost of living so loud.
Mate.
Love is more like we will figure it out together. I'm not saying splitting bills, I'm saying 80-20, 60-40. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Why do you play the game of acting like you are busy when you are really just ignoring me? If I could turn back time, I would really appreciate if you could vocalize your needs to me. Maybe there is something I am missing in my toolbox, or something I haven't quite pulled out of my toolbox. Love is more like apologizing, rather than arguing, listening rather than raising a higher voice. If I could turn back time, could we sit in a room together and understand our triggers? Every time you walk into a room, you are always on your phone. Not once do you ask me if I've eaten or if I'm mentally okay. I'm not selfish for wanting the same energy back. I know things have been really difficult. This country is really difficult. One thing for sure is relationships are not linear. We both deserve more than just the bare minimum. I don't even send you good morning texts on your way to work or hug you with pure love pulsating through me. Yeah, I don't even miss you.
That was nice.
I hope they heard it too.
They're gonna see this.
How are we feeling? How are we feeling?
Feeling alright.
Are you guys ready for the next piece?
Yes.
Oh, it's the warning for me.
And one of them is, I'm not sure anymore.
Right.
Some winds are fresh.
Yes,
Some winds are fresh, bro.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna give you an intro. I'm just gonna go into it. When I'm with you, I put my phone away. The night air in any restaurant feels like a surrendering dream. I crave your compassion, your gentleness mostly. You speak with such certainty, the humility in your voice, sapphire, indigo. I turn worlds on my tongue into flowering gardens. We always speak about the infinite, the depths of subjects, what we are wrestling with, the deep yearnings, what makes both of us tender, the trembling secrets. When I'm with you, we always laugh about silly memes and endless YouTube cat videos. You don't always reply within seconds because I know the heaviness life contains. Sometimes I look at my screen, buried in sincere joy, your name like a last bite of a delicious pizza. Your name like a cherry forehead kiss. I want to stay on the olive velvet sofa all day with you. Our eyes tilting towards sleep. Delight in the stillness. The summer mornings begin with us taking walks by the river banks, rekindling through a settlement of roaring trees. What astounds us is the singing of atmospheric miniature birds, the breathtaking, insufferable leaves fallen. We hold hands bereft by nature's beauty. Every other day I gift you a euphoria of flowers, roses, orchards, lilies. Being in your presence warms my skin. I wonder sometimes if this is all a novel, worthy dream. And if I'm sleeping, or if I'm asleep, when I wake up, will you still be here? The Chinese believe a soulmate is someone who understands your music. I'm like deep chill meets Afro-punk. And you resonate with that entirely. I won't be happy if my dream of white blossoms on a majestic sandy beach isn't with you. The sun burning in my stomach, wanting to shine, to live my life with you. There are times my anxiety reaches its tipping point. Your lips move. I shut eyes for years, sitting back in what intimacy is and whether or not we have it. The light that bounces off our eyes when Afrobeats is played is a sign of intimacy. Whenever my mind wanders because of anxiety, you saying reassuring things is a sign of intimacy. All the bookstores and cinemas and public parks we occupy, how it turns out to always be an adventure is a sign of intimacy. When I'm with you, 10 hours feels like 10 minutes. I feel safe in your presence. We are non-judgmental with each other. We prefer each other's company despite the noise of the world. When I'm with you, my stomach aches of scented laughter. I feel the quilted sugar in my blood brim wildly. I never feel like I'm invisible. I feel seen, felt, and loved. Every other Valentine's Day, I move Earth at the center, meaning what is more important than spending time with you on Love Day? Your love moves the strings of my instrument. The world always feels weird when we depart. What keeps me awake is all the kinds of wonders that await us. Thinking about soft, golden sand by the ocean's edge. You and me, with two little ones running around. Love on a higher ground. Thank you. Have we got time for one more? Or
Yeah,
one more? Okay, let's see what we got.
Whilst he searches, guys, I want to let you know he's actually like this all the time. Like this level of zen.
yeah.
No, he's got a calming presence.
It's
for sure.
the calming presence. Is
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Grounding. Grounding.
Yeah.
so grounding.
Yeah, it's grounding.
So basically, if you're a maniac, pair up with him.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like, the last time we met up, I was on one.
Yeah, because
And
then
he was
he'll
just
just
looking at,
ground
like,
you
grounding
while you're
me.
just.
Like, literally, just with my green tea, he was just grounding me, like.
He's
yeah.
like, you're like, I'm losing my mind. He's like,
It's okay.
maybe.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
I'm trying to think of what should be the last poem.
There's a few I like.
Oh, we got a request.
There's you got the if I was a prime minister or sunflowers.
Please do it.
Oh, those two are good. Yeah.
Sunflowers.
It's because you've already heard it before.
Oh, okay. No, do something new if you want. That's
Okay.
cool, man.
Yeah,
Oh, there's so many
Do
people
what I
here
want.
that,
Honestly,
that
do
haven't
everything.
heard.
Should-
I haven't heard sunflower.
And Carla clearly loves you, so you know, make her happy.
Carla said sunflowers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've actually got it in here,
Oh,
but I'm
Something in that
something
line.
similar.
something similar. Okay,
Okay.
let's see. Not that one. We're not going there today. Okay. Yeah, this one's quite romantic.
Romantic over here.
Ooh. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, my grandfather wakes up in the middle of the night. A rush of air engulfs him, sweat pulsating upon his face. He heads down the squeaking stairs. The light pulling from outside is a Moroccan silhouette lamp. Opens the front door, journeys into the streets. Encounters a group of men still up, rolling dices, laughing. I believe my curiosities come from my grandfather. I question everything. I am a why not type of person. I live at the edges of things people don't say. From drinking a glass of lemonade, my head grows filled with ideas. One night, I receive a text from a friend who I've always wanted to fuck.
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
Oh, is it?
Sorry.
That was different.
Plot twist.
So yeah, we got start that version. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Say that whole poem again.
I am a why not type of person. I live at the edges of things people don't say. From drinking a glass of lemonade, my head grows filled with ideas. One night, I receive a text from a friend who I've always wanted to fuck, but felt I would lose it all. In my living room, the velvet sofa converts into a bed. I close my windows. The wind wanders elsewhere. My friend stays the night. That night, I sink into the gold warm bed sheets, pondering the sex, a sky burning of hidden pleasure, pondering the story of my grandfather, how unexpectedly meeting my grandmother at an ivy palm beach party, a lush exotic 1950s Ugandan party. When I asked my grandfather how he felt when he met my grandmother, he told me like the year had just begun. Suddenly, living had more meaning. Every Sunday, they would meet outside a close, thriving fish market. Go to a karaoke-themed bar. My grandmother sang karaoke. One night, the car broke down, and my grandfather had to change the car tire. I was told 2 women on the driveway offered to help. I'm not sure. The one thing I didn't know until recent was my grandfather bought roses from street corners. Roses from street corners, even when it wasn't Valentine's Day. Perhaps my charm comes from him. Perhaps I'm a giver by nature. Perhaps I crave the feel of roses in my hands. After getting fired from a job selling newspapers, my grandmother wanted to get a tattoo inspired by the 1960s rock youth genre. Instead, she opted to smile, vibing to the city central music festival. Her most treasured possession was her smile. I believe my smiles come from my grandmother. People ask me if I'm okay, and I always smile. A smile is a terrifying invention we have built as a society to mask the fact the world is burning. And so we are burning inside from the crackling chaos that eats us all. The things money can't buy, waking up to an echoing mountain breath of peace, the adrenaline rush of relief, the feel of a dazzling sunset upon the eye, a lunch break with your favorite person, meeting your future self in a coffee shop, figuring out who you are and what is your purpose, things money can't buy, grandparents who love you. I still remember how satisfying it was receiving a warm hug from my grandmother, watching edible mangoes fall from the trees, with my grandfather outside the open family veranda in Uganda. Nothing beats having family around you whilst riding in an ambulance, suffering all around, air anxious, mind racing. Nothing beats having family around you whilst performing a memorized poem at your first headline show. Nothing beats having a family around you getting married again. This time to the love of your life, your very self. Thank you.
Wow.